I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Dave Gets Shaftheadgrip, where I need to get some new rubbing alcohol because I've cleaned something, and instead of pouring this out into a tub, I dipped a brush into this and it ended up, making a mess of my cleaning solution. So my cleaning solution is no longer clean. So I'm going to need to buy some more of that. It's very good stuff, especially for, I mean, it says rubber massage lotion. I really would not want to put that on on my body, especially not now with the stuff that's in it. But it is very good for cleaning things. So what have I been cleaning? Well, I'm going to show you in a second. Over the course of the last few weeks, the videos that I've been putting out have been a bit sporadic, so it's like a few videos to do with my dining table, then some to do with golf clubs, and then some to do with a bedside cabinet, and then back to golf. I know it's jumping around a lot, but it's simply down to what I've got time to do at a certain point. So like with the bedside cabinet, I just want to get that out of the way, so I'll take a few days to work on that, get that done, get those videos done. To be fair, actually, when you see this video, you probably won't have seen that video yet, because I've not edited them at the time of recording this. So yeah, I need to get that out of the way, so I've got it worked on. Obviously, I'm still working on my dining table, but obviously one of the parts of that was I needed to get the bedside cabinet done, so that I can free up my table in here, so that I can carry on with stuff in here while also doing stuff on the dining table. Because what I want to do, I'm trying to avoid working on the dining table in the evenings, because of how much noise it'll make. So it's going to be a constant noise for potentially quite a bit of time, or at least for a little bit of time, and then a break, and then a bit more time. So I'm trying to do that in the day when I know my downstairs neighbour is at work. So that's also one of the reasons why I've been doing a bit more of the golf club stuff, because if I'm working with sandpaper and doing it by hand, obviously it's a much quieter job. Okay, well, I say it's a much quieter job. It might not be anymore. We'll see, because what I've been cleaning is this. It's this. Oh, and yeah, I've just twatted my elbow against it. Really typical of me, that. Just as an example, I'm doing the dishwasher, and I tried to close the door using my leg, and smashed my leg on the door. Like literally, I tried flicking the door up with my knee, but instead it kind of went halfway, and then my knee went up and the door went down, so it just battered the whole front of my leg. So yeah, that hurt, still hurts. So anyway, so onto this. Right, so this is a stolen off my brother. He doesn't know I've got it. He shouldn't have left it in my dad's workshop. This is a buffing wheel machine, or polishing wheel machine. I'm trying to think what its proper name is. I can't remember. But anyway, you put things like these on, and not just on the top. I mean, this one is it's not a very good colour. These are scrap basically now. Anyway, I'm chucking the bin down there, but yeah. So they take buffing wheels. Now this, if I'd have taken a picture of it before I cleaned it, you'd be quite impressed because it was covered in red wax dust or red rubber dust. Might not make much sense to you, or you might not know what that is, but for anyone that casts metal, it's rubber from making moulds for casting metal, and this was covered in it. I mean, it's taken more than half of the alcohol bottle, the rubbing alcohol, going over it at least 4 or 5 times, the first couple just to try and pick off some layers. I mean, it was so bad that you could not see the power button, let alone what was on the button, through this bit of rubber. So anyway, so what is this for? Well, basically we get a buffing wheel, we screw it on, and then we can polish. And that should allow us to polish the golf clubs considerably faster. But what we might also be able to do is, on one, put a coarser wheel to either help clean up the club, or get it ready to have like a very fine polishing wheel and a slightly coarser one. So a bit like using 240 grit sandpaper and then 600 grit sandpaper, or one wheel for putting polish on, another one for taking it off, for buffing it up. So options are available with this. I've not checked to see if it works, because I only finished cleaning it earlier on today. And I'm not planning on using that yet because I don't have any buffing wheels for it, so I've got to wait a couple of days until I can order some, and even then I don't know if they'll be the right ones, and also I don't know how sturdy this is going to be on the table, whether I'm going to need to clamp it down, or anything like that. Also, I would need to get some polishing compounds that would be compatible, because although I've got polish for wood and I've got polish for car paint that can be also used on resin, I'm not sure that really is the right stuff to use on metal. But anyway, another thing that we've also got, obviously I've been using my Dremel to do a little bit of brushing, wire brushing of the golf clubs, and obviously it's a very small bit that I'm using, so I decided to get a slightly bigger one. Yeah, that's considerably bigger. Now I've only just taken this out of the pack and it's a lot firmer than I thought it was going to be. It might be too tough for it. I don't know, we'll find out. But there isn't just this one, there's also this one. And yeah, that's a tough one as well, but it might work. There's also this one, which also might work. Now, as I said, I don't know, I'll find out. And now these they shouldn't fit in the Dremel. These are, thinking, no, it won't fit in the Dremel, no. But these are made to go into a drill, so you can use them on in a normal power drill. But obviously these these bristles are much thicker and much tougher. Well, I think they're thicker than what I was using on the Dremel. But anyway, so we are going to give these a try. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. So we're on to the Howson 7 iron, so that'll be the first one that we're going to try using these on. But we're not ready for that yet because the 7 iron is in this condition, and we need to get it cleaned up. Now I think when I first got hold of these clubs, I think this was the one that I sort of got a bit of sandpaper and just had a quick go, which is why I think the base is a little more silver than the other clubs. Itchy ear. But this one I think is going to be a tough one, and the reason I say that is the tougher ones seem to be the ones that have got more damage on them, and this one, although it doesn't appear to have, well, I was going to say lots of damage over a lot of it, actually on the face of the club there is a lot of damage, but this is the main concern. So just here, I don't know, you can see the dark bit there, but let's see if I can find a way to show just how bad that notch is. Can't really see it there. But anyway, so there's the deepest notch out of the club that we've come across. Well, we should be able to get that down enough to remove that. We're going to be removing a lot of metal though, because that is, you know, I really can't do it justice of just how much of a chunk is. Okay, you see it there, look, there is a chunk out of it, which you might think, well, it doesn't matter that much. Well, considering that that's the part of the club that would go into the ground, it does matter. But there's a lot of damage over the rest of the club. The actual edges of the grooves don't look too bad. But this is a well-used club. 7 irons do tend to be, sort of 6, 7 and 8s tend to be the ones that are used a lot more. There's obviously a lot of dirt in there because we can't even see the red or white paint. But okay, here we've got sort of a line of scratches going this way, and I can see that they're quite deep. We've also got scratches there. I can feel some divots on the top. So this one is potentially going to be a bit of a ball ache, or at least it's going to take a bit of time, but that's one of the reasons why I've had a look at getting these and the buffing wheel, because yes, this one may take a bit of time, but hopefully once I've got through the damage, there's stuff that can make it quicker. But also I am going to try a sander at some point, not on this club. I'm going to try it on a scrap one first, but again, not today. I don't want to go down that noisier route. So what we are going to do though is get set up to make a start on this 7 iron. I've just got these gloves. These are the gloves I used earlier to clean the machine. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but just an example, on there you see the red bit, that's the red rubber dust, and that was from the final cleaning layer. The first clean I did of it, my hands, on the gloves on my hands, were more red than they were black. That's how bad it was. Anyway, right, I'm going to get set up and we can do a bit of fast forwarding on this club. It might have to be over a couple of videos, this one, because I have waffled for nearly 14 minutes straight. But let's crack on. the notch, we managed to get rid of it. That was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of metal that ended up being removed there, so it took a lot to not just focus on that one bit, because if I did that I'd end up with an odd shape, so I definitely had to work the whole thing. The profile of the club seems to be okay. I might still want to sort of flatten it off a little bit, I'm not sure, it depends on how much of an edge I want to try and get it. I'm going to compare it to some of the clubs, just to get an idea of how defined the edge should be. But I'm going to end this video here, because that took a hell of a lot longer than I wanted it to. On the next video we'll crack on and we'll see if we can get the rest of it cleared up. So have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.